is hard. I love training. I train every day. But when you've got to train to a certain level and really push yourself, and you get a bit older, it gets a bit tougher. But I'm going okay at the moment. Things are going pretty good. Thankfully, I haven't run into any big injuries. I've had a couple of things that have set me back maybe a week, but overall, I'm going pretty good.
So no lack of motivation then, just getting back into that routine?
Nah, definitely lack of motivation. As I said, I love training, sort of my mental outlet as well. I do really enjoy training, and there's been no, motivation's been fine for this one. This one's been spoken about for a long time, and I'll be ready to go on the 16th.
It's been a long time you can't talk about it. Do you think you can get there and get the win? Do you see it as a potential end to this long-term feud?
It's the end regardless. Yeah, like, I mean, my family and those close to me didn't want me to do this fight, and, you know, everyone has a negative mindset. What if you lose? What if you lose? I said, well, what if I win? And what if I win? And they said, well, what if you win? I said, well, what changed in my life? Nothing's going to change if I win. Nothing's going to change if I lose. I'm still going to have my family. I've got a very close-knit circle of friends that are still going to be my friends. So, yeah, look, I'm preparing to win, and I think I will win. I'm going to win. But at the end of the day, winning or losing this fight doesn't change my life.
The bookies got Sonny as favourite, despite you probably definitely have fought some tougher opponents. Why do you think that is?
It's probably got to do with age. Age is undefeated for a reason. I'm obviously 4 years older than him, so yeah, I can understand that. But I'm not too concerned about it. I have fought better fighters than him. I have been tested more than him. He's been tested twice in his whole boxing career. Once was against Botha, and we all know what happened then. The fight somehow got stopped early, and he still got the win. The other time he was tested was against Mark Hunt, and he got beaten. So, yeah, look, I've been tested many more times. I've fought way better fighters. But, you know, age is undefeated for a reason, but yeah, I still think I can get the job done.
Is that Mark Hunt template something you can try and follow?
Nah, look, at the end of the day, I've never spoken to any fight I've had. I had the fight, the next day it's over for me. It's all done. I've never carried on speaking. I think the fight I've spoken most about is me versus Justice Zuni, because I was in there and I just could not. You know, I sparred everyone in Australia, particularly when I was doing boxing properly. But to be in the ring with that guy that night was something unbelievable, to be honest. So I was just amazed. I was in there with him, and yeah, that's about the only fight I've spoken about. I don't talk about my other fights. Now, once they're done, they're done. And, the Mark Hunt fight, yeah, I beat him. Yeah, Sonny lost to him, but at the end of the day, I don't think it has any impact on this fight or any bearing on what's going to happen in this fight.
Do you think you're in Sonny's head a bit? You sort of made reference to that when you're throwing him off with some of your chat.
Yeah, look, I think I'm in his head, yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, we're supposed to do another press conference this week or next week, and he wouldn't do it because he feels that I disrespected him for not turning up to the first one. Like, this is boxing. You got to sell a fight. That's the way you sell a fight. Create hype, create publicity, create attention, and by me not turning up that day has created more hype than him telling lies that day has. So, I mean, yeah, look, I'm shocked that he's so precious, and I've got no doubt I'm in his head. And he's a precious person. Like, look at him. He's got to go into camp with a world champion, a 6'2" southpaw. What relevance has that got to me? 5'10" orthodox bloke is going to keep coming forward. Like, he's a really insecure person. Part of me actually feels sorry for him.
Do you have respect for him at any level, or is it all pretty...
Look, he's an amazing athlete. I can't take that away from him. And as you guys know, I answer my questions honestly. So, look, as an athlete, he's an amazing athlete. I don't know anything about rugby union, so can't comment on his time there. Look, what he done at the Bulldogs many years ago stuck with me and stuck with everyone for a long time. And you don't let your mates down. You don't leave your mates overnight. You know, everyone wants more money. Everyone wants a bigger, better contract. But guys ask for release all the time, and by the end of the season, sometimes they go, which again is not ideal. But to walk out on your mates overnight, that goes to show the person he's right there.
Gal, you originally wanted the fight to be in Vegas at the start of the year. What happened?
How do you know about all this? Yeah, well, this is this negotiation's been going on for 7 months, since November last year. That's why it interests me that Sonny tries to say we're about to fight in 2022. We're right down to the wire, just about to sign the contract, produce the contract. Show me some sort of correspondence between me and anyone, but there is none because it's never going to happen. This contract has taken 7 months to negotiate, 7 months. So, yeah, look, it was just an idea. Back in November, I said we should fight in Vegas. You know, there's going to be 30,000, 40,000 Aussies over there with nothing to do for a couple of days. They'll all come to the fight, stream it back into Australia, and it'd be a bit of fun, but that didn't suit Sonny. So, as I said before, Sonny gets what Sonny wants, and yeah, that didn't suit him. Then I said, well, we'll come back and do it, but he couldn't do it then either. So here we are, doing it in July.
Another thing on the contract. So you did want 3-minute rounds. You got 2. That's just clarified now.
Yep.
How are you going to make that work for yourself?
Look, at the end of the day, like, I go to a pace that not a lot of other heavyweights go at regardless. I've always done that. That's the way I've always fought. I always go forward. So I'm just going to fight my normal fight. At the end of the day, look, I'm not happy about the 2 minute rounds, but I can't keep complaining about it because I've accepted it. And I've just got to move on from it. It's done now. So yeah, I'll be fine. The pace I fight at, the pressure I put on, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I'll get to him eventually. The first 4 or 5 rounds are going to be hard with his length and his ability as an athlete to move. They'll be hard for me, yeah, no doubt. But by 6, 7, 8, I'll be able to knock him out.
Same money for less work.
Look, I don't look at it that way. Yeah, you're right. It is same money for less work, but yeah, look, it's boxing. Boxing. Look, I've fought 2 minute rounds before, and I've complained about it before. But this is a big event. This is a boxing fight, yes, but it's a big event. A lot of people are going to go. We want a lot of people to tune in and watch it. And I think he's cost us a lot of money. I think he's cost us a hell of a lot of money because we're fighting 2 minute rounds, and also for not having another press conference because he's too precious.
Is that it?
Sorry, do you see that as a mental win though?
Mate, the mental win for me is in November. December. So November we negotiated the contract. It's pretty much done. They came to me about the middle of December. When I say they, I mean Ben Kimber from Stan, and said, mate, they don't want to fight 2 minute rounds. And I laughed. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. And then for them to be serious and only want to fight 2 minute rounds, that's a huge mental win. Yeah, without a doubt. Like for him to be 4 years younger than me, we're talking about Sonny Bill Williams. We're not talking about some bloke out of a pub. We're talking about an amazing cross-code boxing superstar athlete wants to fight 2 minute rounds. It's embarrassing. But as I've said, I've accepted it and I'm going to make it work for me.
What do you think it is, why he doesn't like it so much about you? What is it about you thinking it?
Oh, I got no idea. Look, I am outspoken at times. I think people who know me know I'm not really like that, but I've got a job to do. You've got to have an opinion. That's my job. I don't like him either. I haven't liked him since what he did to the Bulldogs many, many years ago. We don't get on. We never have got on. That's what makes the world go around. Not everyone likes everyone. That's just the way the world is. So, yeah, I got no care as to what he does or his opinion or his influence has no influence over me. So, yeah, play on.
Who are you expecting the majority of the crowd to be behind?
Look, it'll probably be 50-50, I'd imagine. I can't imagine, you know what I'm like. People either love me or hate me, and I reckon he's probably the same. So, yeah, I reckon it'll be 50-50.
Well, you're always highly motivated. How much does this sort of dislike and the personal thing add to your motivation to win?
I'll be honest, not a lot. I don't want to win this fight any more than I've wanted to win any other fight. I prepare hard, I train hard, I get in there and I've got a job to do on the night. It's just an object in front of me I've got to beat. So I'm not going to be in there wanting to punch him any harder than I want to punch anyone else. Look, it's going to be great winning, and I know I can win. So the personal feud between me and him, it's got no influence over it, to be honest. He's just an object in front of him I've got to beat, that's it.